as I sit here enjoying these, review done, couch. So for those of you, this is the main channel. Hi everyone, I'm assuming it's the main channel. Maybe it won't be, because these are you going to be rambling long videos. I usually put in the side channel, which is Zeos Pantera, which is also known as the unboxing channel. So I got my couch finally on casters so I could roll it around. And we're up to episode 7 of The Boys on Amazon. Link in the description, Zeos. Link to The Boys in Amazon. And I don't want to watch the season finale, whether that's 8 or 10. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be, but I don't want to watch it on my TV, my 40-inch TV upstairs. I feel like that show deserves a 21:9 projection screen. And a lot of people, when I asked, what do you want to see on this channel? We went into like home theater stuff, more home theater stuff. So welcome to about 2 hours into Zeo sets up a temporary home theater in his basement. Temporary, yeah, everything's temporary. But this is actually going to be temporary because I don't want the theater here. This is where VR is supposed to be going, in the basement. Danny, help me. Spiders just come crawling up from behind him and latch on. Okay. So here's my brain structure as of this moment. All right, set up a temporary home theater. Great, sounds easy to do. With your projector, which here's my beautiful Epson projector, the refurbished one that's just like was $700. When I do upstairs, it will be if you watched my home tour, the plan is fix the acoustics upstairs, take the mezzanine or loft area, make that for like gatherings of people when you have a bunch of friends over, because you don't want to keep shoving them down your basement. I'm gonna have a cool basement, but this is a basement. So the home theater I'm setting up will be just for me. Me and Pasta, if she could stand the fucking bugs. There's still spiders, even though I closed all the windows. Okay, whatever. Point being, this temporary mini theater, like a mini theater, is essentially going to be my theater from my old apartment. I'm gonna bring the heresies down here. I'm gonna integrate the mini DSP Nano Digi. I am going to swap out, I think, right now in my brain, it's like, hey, do you want to use the Tascam receiver you've been using for years? Or how about the Emotiva MC700, which you haven't, which this is a surround processor. If we're gonna go into discussions on home theater, when you've graduated from individual, like just buying a surround receiver, to a processor, well, that's when you have enough money to buy something that does the exact same job as a regular home theater receiver, but doesn't give you any amplifiers. These should all be cheaper than receivers, just put it that way. Because I mean, they have a little bit better DACs. They should have better controls, but if anyone's seen my review of this MC700, you know that it's a little bit first grade. It's a little first grade. And most like good receiver companies, Marantz and things, will have a processor. It'll be the most expensive thing they sell. So they take the amps out and they charge you more. But I'm going to go with it because, well, let's face it, I have self-powered monitors, monoblock amplifiers, you know, amps up my wazoo. Wazoo, that's the thing. Look it up. So we're going to take this and I'm going to, let me give you the quick rundown on the structure of how I'm going to do this in a temporary manner. I have not one but 2 of these 42U StarTech racks. You should know these racks very well. This was my living room rack, and this was the one that sat behind my review desk all those fucking years. In fact, here's the double piece of felt, so that when I pushed my table against it, it would hit and then hit here and it would be perfectly straight. So there's a lot of history in these racks. And unfortunately, due to the height of... Get off my ceiling, spider bastard. Due to the height of these metal beams, these cannot go under. So either I'm going to have to replace the wheels with a low profile one that comes out and up, sort of like a crawler when you're in a garage, or I'm just gonna have to lean it down like this every time I want to walk an entire rack worth of equipment. Hold on, there's an angle that if you hit it, there you go, she rolls, and then I can get it underneath there. It's going to be a little bit more difficult once equipment's on it, but that's the main idea. So what I'm going to do is in this space, or that space, or that space, or really any space as long as I can still get these under things, is I'm going to have 2 racks. One in the front and one in the rear. And the way these racks are built is they're biased to hold things on the heavy end. Is supposed to be where the legs are longer. So what I'm going to do is shelf here, projector. Below that, another shelf, computer, because all of my media is really done off of PC. Not a streaming thing, just that computer. Fine, you. And then, and I'm still haven't determined this yet as of the recording of this, either surround processor here, which makes things difficult because then I have the computer, which is the source here, and then I'll have the audio part, which is here, but then I'm going to have the video part, which is the projector here, so it makes a lot more sense to just put everything behind me. But then if I'm putting everything behind me here, then there's still going to be amplifiers up front, because monoblock, unless... No, it has to be up front because I built those custom cables for the heresies. So it's a matter of what cable do I want to... Something is going to have to run from the back to the front, or the front to the back. And really, if you want to have fun building a home theater, you can go very basic. Draw on a piece of paper with crayons. Steal your children's crayons. Make a receiver in the middle and just draw lines. Center, left, right, sub, surround, and just flow chart. Okay, that's easy. This is all it takes to hook up a home theater. The fun, or the stuff I find fun, is figuring out how to make the wires go from A to B in a creative, straightforward, and unimpeded way. Like, I could just have them hang off the ceiling. I could go back. Again, if it's temporary, it doesn't matter. Hell, if it's temporary, and if I leave this rack on this side of the metal beam where it hits, I could just string a wire here like a zip line and just wrap whatever wire I need to bring from the front to the back here, and then run it down and then up. Look at the size of that spider. You're the spiders I'm talking about. Do I kill 2 spiders in my stream? I usually kill one and then save one and then kill the next one. But you're giant. You need to go. Jesus Christ. Where's my vacuum? All right, hold. Spider emergency's got to hold. Nice 20-foot pull hose. He'll be in there forever. So like I was saying before, I was distracted by a goddamn truck spider, and I call them that because they're the size of fucking trucks. This is not going to help you at all. This is just an adventure for Zeos, because nobody in their right mind is going to build a portable, movable basement home theater. But think about it. Once the screen is attached to this, so projector back there on a shelf, aiming gently down, projection screen, which I should bring the actual... I built the frame, but I haven't put the material on it, because I think that requires 2 people, and I'll have 2 people by the end of the week. Anything here that's gonna eat me? No? Great. Oh, aluminum. It's light, but it's still cumbersome as hell, because this is exactly 8 feet wide. So all those years, this is what I enjoyed every episode of Game of Thrones until the last season, when I didn't enjoy jack shit. So here, it doesn't weigh that much, especially not without the mechanism, but that will just be hoisted up, and I will either... I'm trying to think how I'm going to mount it. It could just be like, this has track, but I could also just grab it like this and hook it on here. We'll figure out exact heights and things like that later, which is another problem, because unless I turn that rack backwards, then there's a lot of weight on the front side of it. So to counteract that, what I'm going to do on this rack, guaranteed, is all of the shelving units that I had. And these were expensive. My God, it was like $60 for a damn drawer. But all my drawers, with all of my just Behringer stickers, whatever the hell this thing is, all my things that I was using for headphone reviews, like the adapters, I'm just gonna put all those drawers back in that one, so it's back weighted, so I can hang the projection screen in the front. And that's perfectly fine. Like that's that's fine. Because if I'm doing monoblocks like I was doing in my living room, I can't actually put the amplifiers, even though they're rack mount, on the rack. Because I've got to be... I only built my wires when I did that crazy braiding video. They were only like 32 inches long. So I have to put... I basically have to rebuild my living room exactly. Which I wasn't sure I was going to do. But doing it this way feels like I'm sort of bringing it into like the modular future. So, oh, I could probably move these too. Oh, here you go. I have, these are the attachment points for when it was lifting up and down in my ceiling. I could slide these over. That'll give me a perfect lined up hole with this. That's great. That's perfect. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this today is because this computer, which is my streaming computer, email computer, video encoding computer, gaming VR computer, this is my only computer has to come apart and be, so I can't do this on stream. Usually if you don't follow me on Twitch on Wednesdays and Sundays, is shit like this goes down. Either I clean up or I cook or I just answer fan questions on chat. I usually have co-hosts that read things, and I can't do that here because I have to shut this baby down. Is there a shortcut key to shutting off the computer? Is it like you? No? Is it like up? I remember back in the old days of like Windows XP, it was like start button UU was shut down. Power shut down. So I have to disconnect this, and then that has to go on probably this back rack. And then I still have to be able to use my monitor and have a place to sit. Although ideally, if you didn't watch my videos, I don't want to be in the basement all the time. Like, I'm giving myself tons of reasons to be down here. I got to do my reviews down here. I'm keeping my review desk down here. Number one, I don't want to have a fucking this somewhere up there. For several reasons. If the sun is out, it looks great. If it's overcast, it looks like shit. So lighting conditions are a big part of this. In fact, I'll put these lights on. Oh god, that's the full complement. I do have a really nice Godox light that DMS3TV recommended, buried under my shipping scale for yard sales. Boom. So eventually this will get mounted. The only problem is this needs that on it, which is a giant dome, and so hanging this like here means that the dome is going to stick out to like here. This is kind of like an update video, more than just home theater. So sorry if you came here for home theater and I'm talking about other shit, I apologize. We'll get to it. Did I restart it or shut it down? What part of shut down? Shut it. Should turn down your other, yeah, I don't care. Shut them off. I should probably cover the not safe work card. Pasta always yells at me. 7 of hearts. She's been in every computer I built since the turn of the century. And now if I'm gonna have to build another computer, probably, because that one is going on 3 years, got a GTX 1080, perfectly fine for 4K movies. Perfectly fine for anything 4K, except for extreme VR, which is what I'm using it for. And if I'm gonna do VR down here, I've discussed this on stream, but now I'll let the big channel on it. I'm considering gutting a space in the ceiling and mounting a computer up there, like my full-end VR computer permanently affixed to the ceiling. And what that would do is it would allow me to not have to have a computer and then the wire up and stretch over on things, because it would just be here. But that makes it a little bit harder, because then you have, you know, if I want 10 feet of range in either direction, how do you deal with the cord only at 8 feet up? I don't know, we'll see. This is all still brainstorming in my brain, but now it's your brains too. Your brains are like, what if you put it? What if we did put a computer in the ceiling? Would that be better? Or what if I didn't VR there, and what if I VR'd here? Couple reasons. Like, I like this setup, but really I only put this setup here because it's the only 2 outlets in the entire fucking basement. Here's one of them, and the other is back there with a chest freezer attached to it. And I have one outlet that I'm borrowing for the central vacuum, which is running my entire computer setup. So isn't that wonderful? Don't you love buying a house? Has every panel filled, but doesn't have enough goddamn outlets. Like, there's no outlets. There's no outlets anywhere but there and back there, and then that one, and then I've been stealing the one from my hot water heater to run my chop saw. It's like, so my friend and I are gonna run whole outlets, new circuits, new circuit box, a whole, the 9 yards. I'm getting way off track. I should just stop this video and restart it fresh. It's tempting to do, because really I haven't gone into too much home theater theory, and I don't want to. Maybe I will make this a second channel video, like this part, like the ramblings, because I mean, I put the camera on my head and hit go. That means I have to do something with this video. You don't, Zeos does not throw away content. I vacuumed a spider. I don't want to vacuum the spiders. I love the spiders, because the spiders are looking out for me. They're like, hey, do you want these roaches and ants? No? Cool. But they're just like, you can't be here, buddy. Like, take the hint. Oh, God. Oh, no. Zeus doing bad. Zeus's OCD is doing bad. I went to tear that, and it's just ripping the whole thing, and that's bad. We're fucking up what was perfect. Should have got the knife first thing. Okay. Well, now that's a little rough. Trying to redo the entire screen. Okay. I'm a little bit manic, in case you haven't noticed, because I'm avoiding doing like actual reviews where I sit down and judge things, because I don't feel judgy right now. We have to do this. My problem is, my big problem is I only have 2 large shelves, because when I was doing my rack stuff, I really only needed 2 large shelves. When I was doing on my review desk, I had the shelving units, which I have the other 3 over here. These things basically are shelves to put stuff on top of, because they're just, that's what they are, which I have to. Oh God. How many Porta Pros do you want? How many Porta Pros? In what color? Why are you down here? These should be upstairs in the gallery. They're definitely worthy of gallery. Put you here for now. Oh, thank God they're Porta Pros. They won't break. So if this setup remains, dead bees, more dead bees. If this setup remains for just testing speakers, I'm gonna pull up the Elaras, not the Alaras, the Elaras. I gotta give those their run down here, because again, the room sounds great. You hear the echo? Neither do I. That concrete, you think concrete's gonna reflect like a bastard, but it actually like absorbs quite a lot. It could be better, but the ceiling and the floor, if you have one of those is nice and soft and pillowy, like literally pillow stuffing is up in the ceiling, that's a fucking solid way to do sound dampening. You can make it look better than this. Like, you could build a room, and my goal is to build panels that are movable, that are just a 2x6 wall, and one side is it's insulated with just straight up insulation, and one side is sheetrocked, maybe painted with some artwork on it, and the other side is just fabric holding the insulation in. You turn the fabric side out and you get dampening. You turn the artwork side out and you get reflection. Or I could even put the what are those wooden panels, that refractor panels, yard sale stuff, all for yard sales. Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna organize a little better. I'm gonna get some things mounted, and then maybe I'll put the camera back on my head, because I'm not ready to talk. I'm not up to the part where I talk about surround sound, and even then, like, I'm not doing normality here. It's not like I could take my Tascam, get some speaker wires, go 1 2 3 4 5, boom, I have surround sound, yay. But this is Z Reviews or Zeos Pantera, And what is easy is almost never what I do. You gotta go full send all the time, always. Example, this house. So let me go take a leak, and then we'll discuss. All right. So what I've decided is to wait an entire day and think about this as far as structure of video goes. This video will definitely be on the secondary channel, and I think when it's all set up, I will go over an explanation video of what I've put together. So that would make my life a little bit easier. I don't feel like releasing like a 7-part series in the main channel that's just like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. But here, you assholes are just fucking in for it. Although I am going to be streaming tomorrow. Wait, I am going to be streaming today. That was yesterday, that today was not today. Shit, I left that whole stack on in the background. Wait a minute, I'll put music on. Anyway, this has been off for like 15, 18 hours. So I'm going to unplug everything off because I need to get my computer back up and running, and I'm not going to get it back up and running unless it's up and running. And I mean up, like up on a shelf. So, like I was saying yesterday before I flaked out, the problem I have is I only have 1, 2 large shelves. I have these 3 like intermediate shelves, which I guess the computer could rest like half on a shelf, but that feels real not great. And the thing is, I have to put it on the shelf now. Like I can put the projector on later, but the amps and DACs, that has to go on a rack. I gotta pick the final height for the rack. So maybe what I'll do, because the projectors, I'm gonna have to put the shelf, by the way. This is the projector here. The projector is a wide. It's a wide boy. Too wide to fit on the shelf if I put it, I guess this would be the normal way. As you can see, will he make it? Hold on, it might make it. This is what you test. I'll try to chop my fingers off. Oh no, she don't fit. Yeah. He don't fit? Do I gender my projector? I don't think, I feel like the internet would go nuts with that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mount the shelf this way, which is actually fine because I could even, there are holes here if I needed to support the shelf. And the thing with a LCD projector, a lens shift LCD projector, is it has to be perfectly level. And if I know anything about these metal racks, is they look perfectly level now. As soon as you put like a heavy thing and it starts tilting more and more, you lose that level. And so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to adjust the shelf level independent of the level of the rack. So there's gonna be flex. Even when I put this on and just put the projector on it, the weight of that's gonna probably bend it down. And you can correct a little bit on the projector with the legs. Can I put this on its ass? Hold on, baby. Hi. You can oh God, that was the MC700. It's fine. Emotiva builds quality things. Oh man. It really chewed those up. Look at the damage on that. Well, we'll turn this on and see if that works before we... Almost cut my hand first, too. Fuck, I thought there was just a shelf. I didn't... It's all black squares. And it's not bright down here. And fuck, don't you fall now. It's okay. Zeos gets over this. I'm glad the camera was running for that, or I'd feel real shitty. But then again, if the camera wasn't running, I wouldn't be showing you guys legs that move, because I know the legs move. So it's really your fault that that fell. Support this channel on Patreon. Subscribe, star. So yeah, the legs adjust. How far out will they go? Will this come completely out? Wow, that is... I honestly hadn't... That's a thing. All right, I guess I don't have to worry about leveling the shelf, because that's like 1.25 inches of adjustment. On my old projector, you could level one, on the old version, the 8350, you could level only one leg. I think the one leg was fixed, and the other leg was regular that way and then went up and down. And the back had also a push button to lift, raise, and lower it. So here they're just solid rear and they just give you the front. So, fuck. Straight into concrete. I mean, I've opened this up and I know that there's very few electronics inside of it. It's not like it's a tube amp and you just fuck the tubes real bad. So we're gonna have to test that. But first, let's touch other things that are expensive. So if the projector and computer are gonna be on the same shelf, here's another thing that I have to concern myself with. Audio. Not just like speakers, like the sound of that computer running, which is not a lot, luckily. If I have the projector behind me, or above me in this case, it'll probably be sitting like here, screen there, the couch or whatever. I'm gonna be rolling this thing against couch. So if I put the computer here, there's a good chance that I'm gonna hear it. Unless, and there's no reason I can't do this, unless I take one of the solid panels. I put a solid panel there to sort of block sound. But then again, you know, this is makeshift as fuck, and I could probably just put a big piece of foam in front of it too to block the sound. Either way, I have to, when I put the projector in, if the projector is up high here with a shelf sticking out, that's head level, that's bang your head in it. And if I assemble it on this side of the metal beam, what I should do is lower everything with different wheels, but I'm not doing that because I want to watch a movie. I could always disassemble it. It's not like this is permanent. Oh God, is it permanent? My ignorance is permanent. Fuck. Can't believe I did that. Actually, back to the question of what will fucking fit. You're a wide boy, but are you... Oh, you see, this is, look, it's perfectly the width of a shelf. It's perfectly the width of a shelf. It's like it's designed for rack mount. But then I built it. The fuck are you? You look familiar. Then I built it with fans that stick out the side. So I can't even mount this horizontally, because the fans would get destroyed. And you can't put the fans on the inside, that's where the radiator is. I built a very, very small case. So my concept of like I could put it on a narrow shelf would mean I'd be putting it this way on a narrow shelf. Sleepy Hollow's playing upstairs. This is me, I'm rubbing my beard, my chin and my beard. I've shaved, by the way, a lot. Like I went back to like pre-COVID facial hair. And it feels fantastic, although I am itchy, so. Shit. This was never designed to be up on a shelf. I could. Wait a second. Fucking wait a minute. I could stand it vertically. Yes, there's a fan here, and there, but if I were to put it on something that lifted it off just enough to let this get sucked. Well, actually, I'd do it this way because there's a weight on the bottom. If I put it on, you know what I could do? This is where those come into play. I'm so sorry, MC700. Look, it literally removed everything. I have those really thick. Yeah, okay, that makes the most sense. And it would point, I could point the fans. You following me? You're not following me at all. Okay, so hold on. Here's all my recording stuff for making sound demos. Let's make sure we drop all this. Drop it all. This isn't the box I needed to get into. This is the box I needed to get into. We're fine. Why are there so many screws here? Are there any other spiders for today? So, stand that computer case vertically, which makes no sense because it's not a vertical type computer case. And Zeos, why would you do that? Because then I could stand it on a rack. It'll take up more space in the rack, but it won't stick out. And I could use a small shelf. So if I use these, which are the, what are these? These are the Soundrise like domes. Domes by Soundrise. if I plop these and I have to plop them onto the case itself, that should allow enough airflow. In fact, where are those narrow shelves? Like, that's not a lot of... Do any of these? Oh, I think this one with the... Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I specifically bought this one to put the amps on. And... yeah, and this one has a lot of venting. So when I was buying all these things, they had different purposes. And I, of course, double stock taped fucking foam here because I couldn't get the QES reference amp to sit straight. So if we take this off, this could be our computer shelf. This tape is good. I'm swinging around a metal shelf next to my projector again. That's probably bad. You people are here as my, like... You should try this. Like, you should honestly, everyone out there who's like doesn't want to get up and do their projects, just put a GoPro on your head. Use it. Go buy an old Hero fucking 3 or 4 on eBay and just strap it to your head and pretend you're talking to an audience. You don't have to upload it. Just talk. Because I'm a lunatic right now. Anyone who walks up to my basement's like, who the fuck's this asshole talking to? And I'm not talking to anybody because I haven't uploaded this video yet, and it's not a live stream. Okay, so now I'll have to support the computer sideways too. I don't trust that it will just stay there vertically on a shelf with fucking rubber feet. But then I could also fit it this way. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mount this. Another option I have is I could also mount the shelf Van Tassel. What a good movie Sleepy Hollow is. Not the greatest movie, but it's a good movie. It's a Johnny Depp movie. I could also mount it this way, which puts the computer, because I'm gonna have the projector sticking out. If I do this, it lets me back the couch, or so it doesn't. It really doesn't matter. Go either way. You know what? I should probably mount the projection shelf first. The projector shelf first. And then the computer shelf. Just so I know the height of absolutarity. That's a word. Now this is the biggest shelf. It's blue gray tack. Everyone knows the tacks always go on the light fixtures because that's where they are in every room. In case I need to find it. This one's a little bit too chonk for the projector. It's just fucking crazy long. So that's the one I'm going to use. Also, that one has vents in it, so there's airflow around the projector. I'm so sorry, MC700. God damn it. Stop looking at me like that. I mean, if it's going to hit something, at least it hit like the hardest part, which is the aluminum fucking insets here, which this one actually slid down. It hit so hard it slid down. Okay, that's your computer. Here's our projector shelf, which we're gonna have to put this way. And I should probably measure to that metal beam. Like, it's not gonna matter. If I ever needed to tilt this and bring it somewhere, I'd have to take the computer off. I'd have to take the computer. I'd have to either strap this computer really... Actually, it's going to be not hard to do this, because anywhere along here, I'm just going to have a thing come through and around. That's easy peasy Japanesey. Is that racist? Again, did I say that again? Did I say that yesterday? Why? As you can see, I already have domes on here, because I used to keep this covered. Because it was on top of my... It was right under a heat vent. I didn't want it directly getting hit by the remnants from the heat vent, so I would cover it with that. And this would just keep the bulb. This bulb cover used to get real hot, so I would just keep it up off of it. I mean, I guess, like, it's not that tall. This is, like, that tall, so... Yeah, like, basically, I could put the shelf almost all the way at the very top, and it would still work. I don't think I can get the shelf high enough that I could walk underneath it. Alright, let's use... There are many of these. These are the different varieties. This type, this type. All 4 of these are the same. These are extras. Then these are different from these, which are different from these. No, wait. Those are the same. Yeah, these are the same. They just had washers. So these are thin. I guess I'm gonna go with the coarse thread. Or do we go with the silver ones? Let's go with the silver ones. I have the most of them. So we need 4. And we need 4 of these. If you've never dealt with rack mount stuff, don't. You think it's gonna be fun. You think it's gonna be a fucking joy. It ain't. We gotta see how many holes apart are these. If I do it right there, no, I'm gonna go down a little bit more. All right, so we're gonna make it so that I could visibly see that one. So that means we're down 2, and then this is how many? Actually, I can walk under that almost. No, that's upside down. So here, that's our marking hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, the third one. And we are how many apart? So we go in 1, skip 2 into the 4th. Sit. So these fucking things are sharp. I was wearing gloves to take them out yesterday. I stripped all these down. So 1, 2, 3. Wait, was it 2 or 3? 3. And then we're going down 1. Now you could either go vertical or horizontal, but you gotta like, there's little spring-loaded clips. And it's 1, skip 2, and into the 4th. So there. Ah! It's the finger I fucking fucked up when I was demoing the air filter. Or the air compressor. So now they have markings every few of them. So you can count 1, 2, 3. And then you go right underneath that one. So that you can do it correct across there. It's fine. Everything's fine. I love everything. It's fine. Ow, I banged things that I don't normally bang. My pain is your joy. Oh God, fucking mighty. Why are these springs so fucking tight? I need a left-handed glove. First we beat it on a table. In case there's any spiders in it. I'm gonna get them real angry. It's one thing about gloves in a basement. It's like, where's the glove? See, in is a lot harder to do than out with a glove on though. That's the only problem. So I think if I just like hold it in place. Like it's literally razor blades on the edge of this. And none of those over there are any better. Oh, but look at this. I can do that without no blood at all. I was doing this with a paper towel yesterday. It was a lot. It started with a paper towel, then I moved on to fucking giant safety electrical gloves. Okay. The banging of the hand was the worst part. So now I need this. I need my clickety clock. I can't believe I dropped my fucking... Is that thing still $500 or is it up to $600 now? I never got to even use it properly. Like I used it for a little bit at my apartment, but I never got to use it properly. So now we're gonna screw it in by hand just to get it to hold on. Don't screw the bottom ones because the whole thing will... Actually, no, wait. Do screw the bottom ones because then it'll hold, the top will hold, because the top screws actually don't hold any shearing force. Oh, they only hold shearing force. That's another reason I like having this against the pole, is I can brace it like that and it's not sliding away from me. Like, you understand how this works. If I were to just do the top ones, the bottom would bend out, but a top one will hold it. I just need you all here for me. I just need you here for me. That might not be high. That may not be the right position. Was I hallucinating? Am I currently hallucinating? Do I want to take this over there to measure, or do I want to get a fucking tape measure? Let's get a tape measure. I've dropped enough today. I've dropped enough today. I need 7.5 inches to be happy. That's 6. All right, we're putting in the wrong spot. I'm gonna stop this now. Actually, I could just leave these two and then just put new ones here. Fuck. Okay, now that I've corrected my mistake, I use my impact, my little 1/4 inch impact. Just 1 or 2 clicks is like, that's enough to make me feel safe. That was 3 clicks. I can count. So that, see, here's what I wasn't considering, because I'm Zeo, so I don't consider shit. Most of the shelves back here, which that won't fit. Actually, this might fit inside because it does taper back. Let's move it away from the beam. See, she flexes, but that's just what you're gonna get. Let's put you up there now. She fits. She fits. Oh, she even slides back, which is good. The further back she slides, the less cantilever I'm worried about. She actually does fit inside. That's pretty rad. Yeah, I said rad. If I can get over it. So I have all my access points here. She'll sit here, and I could adjust the front. I'm gonna need to adjust the front. It's a 5030 UB, by the way, Pasta, if you wanna. It'll be in my Amazon cart. I'm gonna have to get up here with a goddamn, well, let's give it the test. Oh, baby. I'm rock hard just thinking about this rolling cart with like the computer on it and everything else. I'm just like, hold on, let me put the screen over there now. Boom, boom. So now I have these power strips, and they are quote unquote surge protecting power strips, but I don't trust it. So there'll be a UP. I'll probably have to buy more UPSs. Maybe I'll get a rack mount one, especially for a projector. And I'll repeat this every time I talk about a projector. When you shut a projector off with the remote, the fan keeps running because the bulb is 2000 degrees. And if the bulb just all of a sudden is off and no fan running, that 2000 degrees will ride. It's got a fan running constantly. So you want it on a UPS so that when you shut it, if you lose power for whatever reason, you can shut that shit off and have it shut off normally. You do not want to just like yank plug on a projector. I'm not going to leave it up there now. Okay, no, I was like, I'll just leave it up here now. It's up here. See, it bounces quite a bit. I don't recommend rolling this while it's on. And it probably is going to have to be leveled if I put it anywhere else, because can I get like a remote? Do they sell? See, here's the problem with this projector in general. No part of it's flat, except for maybe the bottom has a couple flat planes. So you can't like put a level on it to get it level. You just can't. It's just a round, it's a fucking egg. I'll take a picture of that. It looks baller. With the light behind it, like it's Jesus, like it's the second coming. Do it for the gram. Okay. What did my friend Dan say? Did I do this? Is this the same pictures? Hold on. I'm trying to work out. Because I completely off tangent from that, but you guys know me, so that's how it works. So here is my hot water heater. It's instant hot water heater. It's a propane instant hot water heater. And it just wasn't instant because the water's way fucking away and the pipes weren't insulated. So I've insulated like, I'd say 60% of the pipes so far. But it didn't matter because you turn on the kitchen and it would take like 2.5 minutes to get hot water because it just had to get somewhere. So the plumber, I paid $500, put a $500 pump under my sink that pulls hot water to the thing all day. And then it's like ready to go, but it didn't work. So I had to install this because this is a 7-gallon Bosch electric water heater. And this will actually produce enough hot water that I can actually pull through the pipe without this thing turning on. And I'm trying to adjust the temperature difference of 125, which is listed on this one, and that, which just has minimum, ideal, and maximum, and no temperature settings. So I've had to mark where I figured out 130 was. And then I just sort of like guessed, and that's 125, and that's what, so I'm trying to like make it so that the kilowatt hours isn't 5 a day. 5,000 watts a day? I like having hot water at my sink, but I want to try to get that down to like 3.5. Although my friend calculated out, if I'm paying 11.5 cents a kilowatt hour like he is, that's 20 bucks a month to have hot water at my sink, like ready to go. Pretty much worth it. All right, let's move on. Sorry, I'm sorry I sneezed. I was gonna turn the monitor on to check something. That's not happening. Okay, now if I stand this up vertical, where's my shelf? I may have some other issues if I stand it up vertical. Notably, accessing the ports on the back and opening this door to access the power button here. Unless I take that door off entirely. Which looks like it just... Does it just pop off? No, that's a gear. I need a flashlight. Where's my headlamp? I should have a headlamp here. It's got bright fucking orange. There it is. Of course, it's in the corner where the spiders live. Anybody new? I watched a big spider walk into a fucking glue trap. I felt bad because I'm like, I could have stepped on him and ended his life instantly. But I watched him go into a glue trap and I was like, oh shit. No one wants to see that shit. Oh no, those don't pop off. They're on gears, which is kind of weird. I was hoping I could just yank it, but that's not going to work. I mean, I don't really need to turn it on and off, and I will have access to the pins should I need to get there. Let me take this adapter off. I won't need this adapter. It's a DVI to HDMI, which when I was in my apartment, I was using this to run to through the wall. I like running computers through walls and shit. I don't know what that is. Like, oh, did I mention that I'm doing all this just so I have to move this computer so I can insulate these pipes without reaching over my fucking desk? Because I got to get like up in there. What can I can cap? Actually, these are the original caps from the motherboard, and I don't know how they've traveled. I don't know how they've survived for 3 years and then traveled all the way to fucking here with me without getting lost. But there they are. I think I might be missing one of them. HDMI I'm sorry, Wi-Fi adapter. I'm using this on my home theater PC upstairs. It works great. It's like $19. Turns my computer into a fucking thing. Okay, so now that that's there and leveled, let me take the projector off. Because you don't need to be here until we're ready to turn you on. Putting my foot on the rack. Okay. Down. Before you fucking jump onto the floor. Look! Forever marked! I ripped up the concrete. Holy shit! There's literally MC700 holes in my floor. I don't know if that's more scary that my concrete floor dented out or that the MC700 did it. Really did bang my fucking thumb. You can see it's red and raised now. Fantastic. It's all great. Where's my tape measure again? So, am I going to need to put anything between projector and computer? We had that discussion. Like, if I put the computer lower, that's probably better for A, center of gravity, and B, if it falls, it only falls, 24 inches instead of fucking 48 inches, because I've had the dropsies today. It's probably beneficial. However, if I do need to do anything inside of it, do I want to be crouching down on the floor working up, or do I just want to be like, all right, here it is, boom. So I think we're going to find like a nice middle ground. This was my living room rack, because here's the double stick tape that held on the switch to turn the projector up and down, or put the projector up and down. And I still have to figure out if I'm going in or out. It really won't matter. Just go in the normal way. It's designed to hold all the weight that way anyway. Yeah, in, okay. And we can go the normal way. And I do want to leave some space down here in case I do rack mount amps in the future, because they could just be at the bottom. And I was going to do, was I going to do the processor here too? Like the actual, with that, was the MC700 going on this? I forget if I didn't realize, like, it makes more sense. Have computer here, have projector here, have surround processor here, everything in the rear. Because then I'm just going to be running, yeah, because the way I'm doing my living room, the way I had my living room was just a fiber, was just digital cables to the front. So if everything's here, all my little analog jumps, which, are there going to be any analog jumps? Maybe from the back of that to amps without like a DAC involved. Because no, I'm going to have to convert from that to digital to use my mini DSP Nano Digi. Yeah, no, it's fine. It'll be fine. So wait. Where are you going then? If I put you here, can I use you as a shelf for the computer? Would that be smart? No, because I don't get any vents. I don't want this on its own isolated thing. But then I don't have, like, they sell rack mount ears for Emotiva stuff. I don't think I have them. Stop standing up on the fucking table. God damn it. Why do I do that? I should order the rack mount ears for that, because that's going to require a shelf, like a normal shelf, and it's going to be sticking off. But I could do that until I get rack mount ears for it. Yeah, that'll barely fucking, I could pull those feet off and do, will it work this way? Yeah, it will work that way. So that's how I'll put that on there. I'll just put like a little tiny shelf. And I'll probably put that underneath. Okay, so now the question is, how much do I want to be, because it's a matter of laziness. I'm, as much as like buying a house and doing all this work seems like a lot of effort, I'm still lazy. And like doing the wiring and all the connections and shit for the computer, to the projector, to the surround processor, to the DACs, to the DAC converters. Do I want to do that like down here or like here? And then there's that change if I put the computer out to the front or not. So this is just like a brainstorming session for me. Rubbing my chin again. Because I'm going to pass the HDMI from the computer through the processor. Because that computer is still getting used for like 4K monitor things. That'll just be there. And it's like, all right, time to do that. Secondary monitor. Makes that sound. Until I get a different computer that's going to do dedicated home. I have my dedicated home theater PC that I use for home theater. But that's in that room where I spend most of my just downtime watching shit. Because it's just like, comfortable, useful. It doesn't do 4K, but I don't want it to do 4K. And I don't have a 4K projector, so that doesn't matter. When I'm doing shit in the loft, that's when we're going to have to, the mezzanine, we're going to have to really pay attention to like power for 4K 60. Although I need a little 4K 60 box for my rolling TV. I've got so much house. I'm rubbing my forehead now. I think you can tell. I've got so much house, and I like to consume so much media that I need like shit everywhere. And a smart TV with Plex is not enough. It's just not enough. And watching on the YouTube app is just horrifying horse shit. These are the little, I used to have these the other way around, and they would hang the VR goggles here. At least it's in the same spot. There's the VR. VR is supposed to go here. But for now, I'm just going to move those paint cans and then just like, all right, watching movie here. Even though there's no carpet, I'll have to put that carpet in the middle to, you know, to absorb all the sound. Because I don't have an extra giant shitty carpet like that is. And then I just roll the couch over here and watch a movie. And then I'll roll the couch back over there, just listen to speakers I'm testing. Wheels are wonderful. Okay. I'm gonna take this out. Here's my plug. I used to be upset it was so long. Now I'm super happy it's that long, because I got to go over there and make a tap off that, which is tapping off of all of this. But then I'm going, all of this is just going on the shelf, so it's fine. Wow, this is gonna be the longest round. I'm sorry, Pasta. If Pasta is truly watching this, because she says I'll have to watch everything, it's my job. If you're truly watching this, you're watching my brain develop, function over time. And I gotta get this set up before my friend shows up in my car. He said around noon. So it's 10 o'clock. We've got 2 hours to make my computer. Turning it back on. All right, my battery died. I have 4 hours and 34 minutes left in this card, and only 2 hours before my friend shows up with a sandwich from the hoagie shop across the street where I used to live in Narberth. So that's important stuff. I ate breakfast so that I would be hungry by the time he got here. Okay, measurements. It should be 17 inches because it's rack mount size. 17.5 inches. So I have to be at least 17.5 inches. And if I wanted to be a super baller, I could just jam that shit right in there because it'll fit. By the way, I love that it has magnets on it. So you can just go like, ooh. Okay, so the height, I could actually put the shelf like here and have the computer like sitting up here. But I feel like, actually, what that would do is, does that benefit me at all? Does that benefit me in the slightest? I can't do that because I need to access all these ports and they're real high up. And if there's this in the way, then I got to kill at least 4 inches and then go 17.5. But that'll give me plenty of room for the air above it. And there'll be fans. And is there a fan? The fan on that blows in from the front and out from the front. So the back is sealed. And then this is going to have air being sucked and blowing up. So it shouldn't affect the projector. I don't want to blow hot air towards the projector. That's a bad idea. I'm trying to think that far ahead. I could just twist it to open it and hit the power button and reset it. Just a matter of like, most of the plugs, except for maybe the HDMI, are biased towards that side of the case, obviously. And if the shelf's going, oh, you know what? With this here, that means the wires are going to try to come out here right next to the power, which is probably not beneficial. But if I turn the shelf around, it's still going to come out on this side because it has to be this way. It has to go this way. This is the way it has to mount. I can't turn it upside down because then the fans are on the bottom. I can't face it that way because then there's noise pointing towards where I'm trying to watch a fucking movie. Oh God, those are filthy. I should probably clean them. Okay. No, it'll be all right. Because I'll have to put a shelf up. I just have to put a fucking shelf up and then decide. All right. If I do put the shelf upside down, I get a lip in the front, however, or in the back, so I can't slide it off. Which could very much be beneficial, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna wrap. I could put nuts and bolts through it with literally stops if I really felt like it. But there's one in the front too, so you get like, it doesn't matter. The strength of the thing is gonna be the same either way. Does that affect? Ooh, it might get close to the power plug if I go that way. All right, let's put it this way. We'll just match all the shelves upside down. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it where it's like here. I'm gonna put it like here, so it's gonna be like here. And so you walk in and be like, what's that? It's just a computer burning right here. It's fine, because then I have space to do a shelf with the MC700 if it still works below it. If not that, then I'm gonna go back to my Tascam because obviously. And then I can put racks or more amps in the bottom because I'm gonna have to do rear channels. MC700 is a pure processor, which means there's no speakers, no rear channel amps. So I'll probably have to get another, I have a fuckload of little class D amps. They don't need much for the rear, especially down here. Okay, I can do this. Now I'm probably just gonna stick to these sharp, fucking, annoying. Did I mention sharp? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there goes my sandwich. What I did was, I took the picture. I forgot that I took the picture after I adjusted it. I thought I adjusted it and then didn't tell you. No, I took the picture. I adjusted it from 130 ideal to 125 and random amount between ideal and 130. So now we've only used 1 kilowatt hour overnight, but now the pump's running. So I think the pump is really what kills it. I think if it was no pump, obviously it would just sit there. Trying to explain to him what's going on. Oh, he's leaving his house now, so he's gonna be a bit. Shit, I gotta water the plants and start live streaming. I can't live stream until this computer is up and running in the rack. Once this computer is up and running in the rack, then I can live stream, and then I could probably do the rest of the surround sound stuff, and I'll try to record it. I'm using the Hero 8, so it should be okay to like do, all right, whatever. Please just, Zia, stop talking and fucking do something! All right, we're killing 3 inch. I wanna, you know what? Let's get this really fucking good. I know that this is 17.5 plus this, so 18 inches wide. It's 18 inches high. Plus I've got to add the domes. So the domes are another 1/2 inch. So 18.5 inches, so 19 inches vertically. So 19 inches vertically is here, but that would touch the top. So I'm adding how much to get the computer to end here at 3 inches? 22. So I'm doing it at 22. Now this is pretty fucking close to there. So I'm gonna do right here. Why are you so springy? Why do you do this to me? It like hurts. Okay. Okay, so this 22 on the nose for this top hole. And where are we? And these are what? These are only 3 apart. I prefer them when they have more space, because the more space they have, there's like one direction you can put these in where they don't kill your hands. So just below 22, let's just slide. Actually, this is a great system. This was a great system. Because I can't tell you how many times, even if I've counted, like I don't know like where that is over here, and then you gotta get the shelf and hold it up. But here, I know, it's just like, boom. I don't even need to count. Oh, why? Why are you doing this to me? Like, you can see me struggling on video, right? What the? Who is messaging me now? Wow, you know what? I'm just gonna get another one. I'm just gonna get another one of these. One doesn't suck. You suck. I'm putting you on the side because you suck. Just find ones that have high ratings on Amazon and buy those. I should just buy all new ones. See, that one went in just fine. That one, fucking bitch. This one's bent. They're not expensive things either. It's not like they should cost a lot. Putting this in upside down. Where is my bolts? Bolts. So again, bottoms, because the tops are being pressed in, the bottoms are getting sheared out or pulled out. We'll do a test fitting also, or a remeasurement, because God knows today, just like every other day, is just me getting fucking fucked by my own brain. I feel like that's a porno waiting to happen. I'm just gonna pick you up for a second, baby. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Oh God. Oh, the lady with the titties is sticking out now. Pasta will yell at me. She was like, I see tits, and I'm like, I don't care. I love tits. The world should love tits. So just me saying tits should be just as bad as tits. If people can kill each other in Grand Theft Auto, then I should be able to look at nipples on the internet. All right. Domes. I was thinking I could put the domes here and then put the computer on it, but then I feel like if it slips off, it's gonna just fall. So I have to put the domes, cover the titties. I have to put the domes here on the bottom of this. I have one. Where'd the other 3 go? There they go. And now the next question in my brain hole because it's definitely a hole. I'm trying to make it so I can still take these fan covers off if I need to. Also, people seem to have a freak out when I put things on the floor. Like my computer was sitting on the carpet upstairs. We were like, oh my God, I can't believe you've got it sitting there. And I'm like, what's the big deal, bitch? Bitch. Yeah, I get dust, but it's like, it's a brand new commercial carpet. Like that's where computers live most of the time. These, I cannot avoid the fan cover. So I may as well just cover it a little bit more. So if I have to pull this fan cover off to clean it, which I did just clean it. They're very clean, actually. And actually, that's a power supply fan, which is cleaner than most because it turns off. I have the power supply that has the fan that's off unless you need it, like a lot. Okay, so now I have domes, so that'll keep these off, and then it doesn't matter because they have this. But I would never put them just straight on this. I feel like there's not going to be enough. I guess I could just put it straight on it without the domes, because there is still vent holes here. I hate how weak these shelves are. I wish these were taller, or, you know, strap it. So projector thing, I should probably put the shelf for that. Oh my God, there's so much information coming in. Oof. My friend's trying to figure out a way, because he does commercial installs of things, and like my propane tank has an output port for monitoring it remotely, which I'd love to have just a little thing on my wall that says 74% of your 1,000-gallon tank is left. Then the next day, 74%. And the next day, 73%. Then at least I know there's a fucking usage. But apparently it's a fucking nightmare. So it does fit between this, but that doesn't help me because then there's things. So then I'm gonna probably turn it this way. We'll put this right underneath the computer. Yeah, that could be like super tight. I don't think it could be that tight, but I can go like that. If I take the feet off the bottom of this, assuming you work, baby, assuming you work. I can't believe I fucking dropped it. I can't fucking believe it. I mean, I could actually, if you want to be a real badass, and by that I mean just a piece of shit, if I mount it to this, see, if I put it like this, then it doesn't take up any more vertical space. But if I put it like this, then I have a unit and then this down, and I can't put anything directly underneath it. So that's another way to look at rack mount stuff. Plus, I'm trying to keep it, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter. I might have typed and I typed something else. Okay, so computer here, projector here. As much as it's just temporary. I'll buy the fucking wings for that if it still works. Well, I think that costs like $40 though. That's just a suck. That's a sucky amount for, you know, something that should not be $40. Not using you. Oh God, one. Because there are coarse and fine thread of these and you can't get them screwed up. I've done it. How to rack mount with Zeos, or how not to rack mount with Zeos. I'm sure there's people out there who are networking techs. I know there are people out here who are networking techs that are just like, Zeos, you're doing it. It's so much simpler than that. You fuck. They're cursing at me. There must be a tool that installs these also, but I doubt anyone buys it. I'm just skipping one hole and doing the thing, and then we'll put it upside. Wait, that's the upside down. Am I doing it upside down? Yeah, you know what? This way I can catch on something. God damn it! Why do you suck? Why? Oh, am I pushing it? If you push it and you push it wrong, it juts out and stabs you because they don't make these with quality. It's fine. It's... No, that's my sandwich man. Sandwich man. Sandwich man is talking to me. Standstill traffic on 95. I sent him a sticker of pasta holding a cucumber like it's a huge dick. So that should make him at least feel better. Yeah, I could put it in like this. I think that's... Actually, that probably will still fit it. No, it won't. Not mean? All right, you guys are seeing me put 9 shelves in. Let me go do this and then I'll start shoveling.